time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Baby said she needed nail, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
It's Monday fun day. Rams done had another victory, so you know I had to come represent. It's been a little while, but we back at 500, back in that playoff hunt. Y'all stop playing with us. What's the deal though, y'all? What's going on with y'all, man?
Yeah. Shit, man.
Another day.
Yeah.
He's a hooper, so you know I don't know who's winning the basketball. I really don't watch it, but
man, we just lost to the
who your
Suns,
squad?
to the Lakers, nigga.
Oh, I thought you was beating on them niggas last time. You was
Bronny James, yeah.
Did US?
Oh, you said Bronny, yeah.
Yeah.
What about college? Didn't USC just lose?
I haven't been following college like that.
Yeah, college just ain't been
like
it for the last
flag.
couple years.
I always be like tuning into like Duke, but I never really tuned into to keep it 100 to West Coast teams like that.
I ain't gonna lie, Deion.
Yeah, what you got?
Now when it comes to college,
what
I
you got
always
with
watch,
the West?
I don't know. Just growing up, when we watch basketball, we watch like Syracuse, UConn, Duke.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You a mall ass nigga, right? With these
because them niggas always been the good teams.
Villanova, North Carolina, like we never. I mean, you watched UCLA and shit.
When you go to March Madness, you think about those teams. But
yeah, that's who you watch.
Oh, you talking about college hoop?
Yeah,
talking about college.
This is what I was finna say to you.
Oh,
like,
no.
Cub must didn't see that Bush era.
Exactly.
He didn't get that Vince Young. He didn't get that. He didn't get the APs. He didn't get none of that. So.
That might have been the greatest college football era ever. That 05.
Was. Ain't even no argument.
Reggie Bush and Vince Young. That class.
It was so many rivals.
Crazy.
Texas was good then. Miami. You had a lot of squads. Like that football. That was the coldest shit.
Mike Williams was out there looking like Randy Moss. It was man. That was crazy. I couldn't believe SC lost that game.
Bush was doing shit nigga ain't never seen before.
Bush was real highlight, like real life video game. I think every 4 to 5 times he touched the ball was a touchdown. It might have been 3 to 4. It was like his stats was something crazy, never before seen. Shout out Reggie Bush. He don't get enough love.
But
because his NFL career.
Who's hot right now is I feel like Colorado, and Sanders is still proving the haters wrong. They out there balling. Their receivers is killing. Both kids is killing.
I think they just got eliminated though, no?
Yeah.
I'm just saying like
they got eliminated.
I think they got eliminated from championship contention or something.
I don't know. Them niggas just balled out though. I know that nigga.
I know they was like 9-3 or something.
Yeah. Regardless, nigga, to turn Colorado around, them niggas wasn't winning the game before that nigga got there. So
I never ever heard of Colorado ever.
That's
like
all
ever.
I'm saying. He making people leave and go play for him. You know what I'm saying? So that if he stays there, that's gonna be an elite top. Top, but they just try to crucify Deion. I don't know if y'all seen that. Mad because he didn't want to walk down with the kid's mama.
Oh, with his ex?
Yeah.
I know that's.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I seen the headline of that. Like his sons try to say, you know, come walk with moms one last time type shit. And he got up out of there.
Nah, he walked with them too, and then gave her like her own spotlight. So it's like people don't understand what type of history they got to be judging him of why he don't want to deal with their kids. Mama saying he's selfish because the kids just wanted one moment, but it's like you never know what type of relationship people got outside of their kids.
Yeah. See, as a man, you can't win as a man. You draw a line in the sand, like, okay, I'm being respectful. It ain't good enough. You know, it's just no winning as a man.
He probably came to the point like, oh well, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't.
But that's Deion. He been in the spotlight so long. He know people gonna love him one day, hate him the next.
But see, that's the little issue with co-parenting. The kids want to see one thing. Y'all got your own history they don't really know about it. Sometimes that get mixed up and it get ugly.
I'm pretty sure they know at this point the way Deion is open with them, but I just think they like, Dad, can we get this one thing type shit?
He like nah.
This one memory, one last monumental moment with moms. He like, nah. That's just over with. I think his son's gonna be the #1 quarterback in the draft, though.
That's what I mean.
I believe
that's why I'm saying them niggas is the highlight of what's going on in the sports.
Hey, shout out Deion for turning that around. Man, what's going on in music, man? It's dry Mondays. Ain't nobody dropped. The Kendrick effect is still going.
I think people be scared to drop when Kendrick goes.
Nah, did you hear Lefty Gunplay? He dropped the same day. He like, shit, that helped me because that little four
Oh,
words
he got
everybody
some
was clowning
promo
me
out there,
about,
yeah.
it made my album just
But
go
you know
up.
what's crazy about that? That Lil Lefty part, I feel like was a big piece in that song. I love that end of that
That's,
verse.
that's what I said. That's
sure,
the best part of
yeah.
the damn song.
They
damn
both
near.
gas, but Lefty, it was he put it on there perfect for him. Even if he only got 3 or 4 bars, or however people want to hate, he still got on that motherfucker.
I want to know what encouraged him or inspired him to even say that. Like just randomly, just fuck it, I'm gonna end it like this.
I seen him on another song with X4 and them. He said that same line, so I'm not sure if that song came out after he used it again. It did.
That was new. I just saw the video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think they got like a mixed. I believe they have a tape coming. Him, X4, and Dodie
okay.
6. I think they got a tape coming.
But no, that was like the perfect exact words to me.
Nah, it was. Everybody laughing. Oh, he only said 3-4 words. Like, but I could hear that going crazy in the stadium. Like,
Oh yeah.
as an anthem. Like I was telling Kylie, like I could hear that.
He
shit.
could make that a hook for his own song.
for sure. Put that on a t-shirt, sell merch.
Right.
That's low key a catchphrase. But
You already talked about it, but since we talking about him, how y'all feel about his recent comments on Vlad TV? Because he came out a while ago and talked about the whole, if my daughter, I wanted to date somebody like me, and he was firm on that. This time around on Vlad TV, he said the same thing, but he was like, you know what? If she comes on with a white or an Asian or a black dude, I'll be okay with it. Fuck it, it ain't gonna be that serious. Y'all got any different thoughts? Do y'all feel like that's him walking it back?
I don't even think
what
that's
y'all think?
necessarily a backtrack. I just
Me
think
neither.
he was saying what he said. He still believes what he believes, but
Mm-hmm.
he's like, that's my daughter at the end of the day. I'm gonna embrace it, but I'd rather if I'm gonna give my daughter some info, I'm gonna tell her I'd rather you deal with somebody that look like me. I just think more people was mad about it because Vlad was getting on him about him being half white.
Yeah.
no, he didn't want to accept that half white part
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I think that kind of mentally
See,
fucked with him a little bit because
but-
like he said, he don't see himself as being white, but your DNA is still half
But
white.
let me say this though.
But nobody see him as white,
but
though.
we don't
Nah.
we don't do that with our people. If you look light skinned, we not necessarily gonna say you not black.
No,
You know
I'm
what
not
I'm
saying we're
saying?
not saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying he didn't want to acknowledge it himself. Like he didn't even want to acknowledge the fact that he was part white. Because
At all,
I
yeah.
don't know if he looked at it like it took away from his Sereno-ness or something, or he just was like, I ain't fucking with that.
I think that too. Go ahead, my fault.
but I don't think he.
It's a lot of people though, man, that are mixed race. If most people, if they're black, for instance, and they're mixed with something and they look black, they ride with that because that's the way that they get treated, even though that they're mixed with whatever they're mixed with.
I think it's whatever.
him being Mexican
my
and
bad.
mixed with white. I mean, you think people are looking at him like he's white or he's been in white areas his whole life? Probably not. So I don't think he feels white at all. I mean, I don't think you can really look at him and say he's white. Like, I mean, even though that's his DNA, what he's grown up around, what he presents himself as, what he is as a person, he's not white. I mean, he's white skinned, but he's for sure.
if I'm not
from Latin
mistaken,
descent.
he was saying he didn't really even grow up and fuck with that part of his family.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
as well.
I think that could be a big place
I
where
get
I
that.
could be like, I'm gonna be like, fuck that side of me too. That's how I'm gonna probably say outlandishly just say it. Like, I don't give a fuck about that side. Like, not necessarily. He probably not trying to offend too many people, but he like, nigga, no, nigga, I'm strictly this. But
I
just
think
ride with
Vlad was more so just going from the scientific fact that hey, you have
you
white,
can't really
right?
deny nothing.
So
Yeah.
no, I think he was correlating it to why would you be upset about your daughter dating somebody black and you're half white, which is why he even also asked him, well, what about if she came home with a white guy? Because he asked him that first. He goes, he's like, well, you are half white, right?
Yeah.
So how could you be upset? But I don't think he was walking it back. I think he more so stood on what he said and just elaborated for the people.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people who don't understand what he was saying automatically going to scream racism because someone black was involved.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the same feeling. I want my daughter to come home with a black guy. He don't necessarily got to look exactly like me, but, to continue that black gene pool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who wants to really
I think everybody
keep
wants that.
mixing their gene pool and watering their own shit down? It's like, no, the world is beautiful because you Asian, you black, you white, you white. Everybody brings what they are to the table, and that makes up the world. Everybody start mix matching and shit get watered down. It get tricky.
But I just think it's kind of, that's how Vlad probably putting it. It's kind of crazy to not embrace that when you really shouldn't have that perspective if you came from both. Like, you're only here because of those two that meshed.
Exactly.
yeah.
I think he was trying to get him to see that.
Yeah.
But he more so took it as like, nah, I'm a South Sider. I got a South Side on my face. That's how I know inadvertently or, somewhere in his brain, he felt like if I say I'm half white, that make me less of a South Sider. You know,
Okay.
that's how I'm correlating
what you're
because
saying.
he
I can see
immediately
that,
said, "Man, I got South Side on my face."
Yeah.
So he's tying his Latino-ness into
To that.
the gang shit, and being half white probably take away from that.
I could definitely see that.
But I still agree with what he said.
I don't think it's
he didn't say
nothing wrong with what
nothing
he
wrong,
said,
bro.
yeah. I don't think it's nothing wrong with what he said. I think he elaborated just to make sure, or for the people out there that were trying to make it seem like it was something that it wasn't. And I feel like most people, or I think that most people in today's time, that's kind of how they feel. Like, I'm not tripping if you do, but I would prefer you come home with somebody like me.
But who wrote the book on how you should view the world? That be the thing what's wrong with people. If you don't have the perspective they want you to have, then they feel like they trying to crucify or nitpick at it. That's all that should be. It's like, nigga, who wrote that? I got to look at it the way you look at it. So that's all that should be.
It's just pretty much whatever the popular opinion is. Everybody was pretty much taught more or less the same if you come from certain communities. So that's the ideology you're going to have and the mindset you're going to have. Like, everybody's up in the uproar because he said, shout out to the blacks over on one of those podcasts. He said, yeah, shout out to the blacks. I think he was over there with T-Rail and them. Everybody's, oh, see, why did Kendrick put him on the album? He referring to us as blacks. I'm like, where in the world are we not referred to as the blacks? We refer to ourselves as the blacks. And he come from a jail or prison background. So you identify everybody else by race. So in jail, they say the blacks.
Not just that, bro. It's like, what are we calling the Mexicans? You calling them the Mexicans or the whites or the Asians? Like, we all say the whatever. That's in regular everyday conversation. People got to stop acting like, I think some people online are just so PC where unfortunately there's things that you could say are prejudice or racist, if that's what you want to call them. That's just in everyday life. If you know what I mean? If you were to nitpick at those little things, you could call it that, but I don't really think it's that. We all say the blacks or the whites or the Asians. I don't take it that way.
Sometimes it comes from the too woke people to where it's like, you really not even black. Black ain't even a race. Where they get to breaking it down to that extent. And it's
Too
like,
woke for TV.
Yeah, but some things have transitioned so much to where it's like
That's true
now
too,
it has
yeah.
a different meaning. You can't really not get away from that. Until you're sitting here identifying everybody. If I sit here and call you an African, then nigga be like, nigga, you really not from Africa. It's like, which way you gonna take it? Like, you got to identify it as like what the world has already agreed upon at this point.
Yeah, because some people get offended if you call them African American. Like, I'm not from Africa. I'm foundational black. You know, everybody got these new movements to identify themselves as. But more or less, we've been known as the blacks. We could get down to the Black Laws Dictionary and what the word black really mean, and it represent death and it make us not a person. Like, we could go down all those rabbit holes, but more or less in society, you're going to check the box and say black. Like, so...
Yeah.
You know when someone is referring to you in a racist term, a racist tone, and when someone is just speaking normal. Like I said, if you go to jail, they're going to refer to us as the blacks. Or the blacks over there, the woods over here, the whoop-de-whoops over here, the others over there. You get identified by your race. So it was nothing about us capping for Lefty. Somebody like, yeah, man, you out here defending the Mexicans and they rock with the white supremacists in jail. They rock with the woods in jail. You a sellout. Woo, whoop. I'm like, no, I'm just calling it how it is, because y'all gonna start some race shit online. And when it spilled to the streets, you same niggas who was talking all that shit gonna be in a motherfucking house. Y'all not gonna be outside dealing with the consequences, because y'all was the same niggas who was in the house when they told niggas in 05, hey, if you got a white tee on, we chipping shit. Y'all wasn't outside in them white tees. That's the niggas who commenting. Niggas, so if you wasn't outside back then, shut the fuck up now. Because if it kick off, you ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing.
But then even on that, it's like, if that happened, he was on a show full of blacks and them blacks didn't react, you shouldn't be reacting. If that's the case, it wasn't that bad. You felt that offended by him saying, shout out to your people. Then that's why niggas don't fuck with niggas. You be mad about that. Y'all mad about anything. I'm going to just stay the fuck away from y'all. So it's a two-edged sword. You're never going to win when you're in the public eye.
Yeah, it's always a race. It's always a race thing. I mean, race matters in everything, but that's why people don't want to fuck with us, like you said, because they like, damn, I can't say nothing to y'all. Anything I say is the wrong thing to say.
Yeah, niggas gotta lighten up. Like, it's okay. You don't gotta be so uptight or so protective over some shit, you know? Especially when it comes to stuff like that or jokes. We got that bad. We could do it, but if other people do it, it's a problem. That's just how I look at it with a lot of things.
Now, don't get me wrong. Don't just be out here overusing the N-word.
Yeah, don't say nothing crazy. Don't do nothing, you know what I mean, racist. But like I said, niggas saying the blacks, like, I see the Mexicans, the Mexicans over there. We all say that. So it's nothing offensive by that to me.
No, I hear you on that. So what did you think about the Andrew Schultz thing? Because we never really talked about that, about the jokes he was making on black women. Me personally,
So I didn't. You go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
What'd you think about it?
It made me uncomfortable. I'm gonna be honest because, and this is where I guess you got to kind of take anything could get misconstrued because it depends on how you take it, or viewing it from across the camera. But like we said, there was 2 black dudes in that room that they didn't get mad at all. They thought it was funny. But me personally, the jokes that he was saying, it just felt like it was rooted in I want to say a negative viewpoint of us. And you could tie that to racism or prejudice. It's a different type of jokes and the way you make certain jokes. But he was trying to pass it off that black women is just angry and beating on you and shit like that. That I didn't like because those types of jokes to me are tied more to that negative stereotype that our women get in our culture.
Do our people say the same thing about the women?
We do, but it's us and the optics of it. I get what he's saying.
I know
This
you
my
said-
thing.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like I can talk about you, but you can't talk about about
something
you.
like that.
Yeah.
But it's the way to do it. Like if you watch Comic View and the white comics who come up there and make jokes about black women, they'll usually compare it to white women to make it less offensive. And it's like, oh, all right, he fuck with us. But the way he was doing it was like every negative extreme from our culture, he used that in the joke. And it was no comparison to no other woman. It was just kind of ranking
like
on black
you
women.
ain't really
it's like, hold
joking.
on, cuz you ain't even black, nigga. Like, we could do that because these are women and we got to deal with that, nigga. You don't even really deal with that. You listening to us from the outside and then you're taking that and joining in as if you dealt with it. Like the white comic on Comic View, I forget his name, he's actually married to a black woman. So when the jokes come from him, Gary Owens. So it's like,
he funny.
Nigga, he is married to one of our women, so he get the pass to make the jokes.
Gary
like,
Owens bleed everybody too. So
That's the thing too, exactly.
So.
And so does Andrew Schultz. But to me, it was in a situation where it's like he was talking at them and not really. He never
made no references or nothing.
It was just like you could tell they were uncomfortable and they was laughing too. But he kept doubling down. Like it wasn't just one joke. He was like multiple jokes, and you could see them like, ha ha. All right, like we laughed at the first one. You got one off. We not trying to look sensitive. But he kept saying it. And so I feel like that made them look bad too. And then again, them niggas is not from the US. They're from the UK. So I felt like they didn't really know what to do or they don't necessarily understand it or however they view it is however they view it. Because maybe if you had somebody else up there, they might have thought that was different and that might have made them feel uncomfortable compared to those guys.
Yeah, I think like you just said, I think it's the way and the tone, the way they be using them jokes. And then like you said, sometimes you overdoing shit. Like, say a little jokes, go somewhere else with it, then maybe come back or whatever the case it may be. A lot of those dudes just be doubling down to the point where they want you to feel it like in your heart or you want to be crucified like that.
And we all know it's truth in jokes. So a lot of things people are afraid to say in normal conversation that'll start a confrontation, they'll say it in a joke. So if you get upset, it's like, damn, bro, I'm just playing. It felt like one of them moments. It's like, read the room, bro. You're not going to have a room full of black people, and then the one white boy there, then we talking about, or excuse me, a room full of white people, then one black guy come in talking about white women and all the negative shit that comes with them, and then the whole room joins in on it. They gonna be looking at this nigga like, the fuck? Like, who let this nigga in here, first of all, talking about our women like this? Like, hell no.
Yeah, but even on top of that, when it comes to shit like that, if our women is feeling that way, they can't be laughing at them jokes.
His mic cutting in and out.
Yes?
Yeah.
Push it all the way in the back. That's why that shit been dropping.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, it was just cutting in and out when you started talking right there.
Go ahead. No, you still.
Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. But sometimes they can't be responding to it either, like laughing it off. You know how some people do, they getting clowned, you sick and you laughing it back off so much to where he feel like he cooking. Y'all giving him more fuel to cook.
Sometimes you got to be okay with making that situation uncomfortable for niggas in there. Like,
that's all I'm saying.
And them niggas, that's why I feel like if it was somebody else, they might have said like, hold up, or shot one back at his women or whatever it was. They kind of just let it go over, giggled about it. And that's when he was like, oh, okay, y'all gonna let me get one? I'm gonna do more because y'all on my show and y'all aren't even contesting it. So y'all obviously are comfortable with it.
But then, you know, sometimes they probably don't. It's crazy because they don't want to be the one to say something, and now you crucified as the only one, like you said, looking sensitive, or it was just
That
a
too,
joke.
yeah.
So it's like it's a lose-lose. It's just either we got to be on their necks about it, or 9 times out of 10, that's what they looking for males for.
They shouldn't have went on that show though, because that show is not even in their demographic. Like they have a show where their demographic is some of it is black women. So black women and Andrew Schultz show that don't mix to begin with.
But you could be
going
doing
on
like
there
a
is-
type of crossover thing. Like I'm trying to reach new
Yeah.
heights that I don't normally tap into.
Yeah.
So fuck it, I'm gonna go over here and experiment.
I get
Right?
that.
It's all an experience. Maybe it's a learning experience for them. You feel me?
I get that.
They
Like
gotta
I'm
learn
not trying to
from
make it a
now.
race thing. Like, oh, y'all so sensitive over words, but when you see things like Shabuzi having the #1 country
yeah.
song of the year, and bro don't win no awards at these country awards, after you just had a country singer come out and tell Beyonce, nah, you ain't country
It's
enough.
different, bro. It's
AKA,
different,
you ain't white enough. You don't have our white approval. Because that's all he really saying. That's all they all really saying. They believe country is a white thing, even though blacks created it and brought it over here and showed y'all even how to do it in the first place. Now, all of a sudden, we have to get their approval to be country enough, which you're never going to get that approval. Bro had the #1
Yeah.
song, bro. It's no way in the world he doesn't win an award.
Unfortunately, it's about who has it last, not who found it first. You know, we might have created it, but we don't own it. We haven't predominantly ran it or been popular in it for years. Where it's like they make the rules, and the rules are what they are. You know, and when you put them up next to hip hop, we'll let a white person in. We'll actually go and grab the white person off the street and say, "Damn, you could do that. We're gonna parade you around and really make you even more famous, even though you're not from the culture at all." They looking at it like, hold on, let's keep this traditional as possible and let's keep it as pure, if that's what you want to say, however they look at it, as we possibly can. So they're not keen on letting just anybody in a genre, especially if they're black, and he's bringing a whole different swing. It's okay when what's his name, Morgan Wallace or somebody do the hip hop country mix, but when an actual black person does it, it's going to be a different situation. You've seen it with Lil Nas X as well. And that's actually an example as to probably why they're going to be more hesitant to let Shabuzi in, because you look at Lil Nas X, he came in with Old Town Road, then he turned gay, then he started doing pop records. He took, you know what I mean?
He had to go through all that weird shit for them to accept him. I just think at the end of the day, we got to stop being so attached to all these awards and stuff, because having a #1 record is undeniable, and that's the trophy in itself. We get attached to these trophies. You don't do nothing but go sit it in your house and put it up somewhere. So I think that's the problem too, with making these people feel like this is so big that that's what's controlling the narrative. I just think a lot of times, like we say, we too good at a lot of things that we do. So if we start letting 1 or 2 or 3 in, then the rest of them might start feeling like they can get in here and do the same thing. And what we do, we end up taking over everything. From we took over all the sports for the most part, the ones that people like to do, and they see all these things. So once we start jumping in those fields, they be trying to really keep us out of as much as possible.
And what's unfortunate about it is his name, Shabuzi, is that actual name, he came up with that because that's what his football coach called him, because he couldn't understand his name. Or I'm sure at some point it just became the butt of the joke. That's kind of what he said, to have, okay, you just call me that. So even that is a microaggression in itself. And that symbolizes to me what you're going to continue to go through when you're in a genre like country. Like, it's not, even though we might have created it at this point, it's not, they not fucking with us.
All it shows
fucking
is
with
we gotta stop being so inviting with our culture. We let everybody in. We let Post Malone come over here. He played the rap boy, the Black Iverson. And as soon as he got cracking, what'd he do? Went right back over there and got accepted. So it's like they got a duality card where they could be accepted by their people, then they could just come tiptoeing our shit anytime they want. And when we try to do the same, they closing doors on you. So we got to match that energy. That's how I feel. We got to start protecting the culture more. Start running these background checks on who we letting in. You feel me? If you ain't on some Eminem status where you finna come appreciate the culture and give props to where it came from, you can't participate. And if you ain't putting us on, you can't participate. A lot of them came, got their resources, went right back to their people. Nobody from the culture is benefiting off it, but they benefiting off the culture. So we got to put an end to that. And like bro said, we don't got to value the awards or nothing, but we still see the blatant disrespect. Like, oh yeah, okay, cool. we got you then. So now we know what energy to match.
You see it happening right now. Tommy Richmond just said he's not a rapper. You just seen Jack Harlow. He's singing Elvis songs now. It's like, hold on. This is when we continue to let these people in our culture because they're going to bring us a momentary gain of money or fame or notoriety. We're not looking at the long haul of it. So niggas come in, take the resources, and they get on. They bleed us dry. That's what they're doing right now.
But am I mad for somebody not addressing themselves as a rapper? Because we got a lot of rappers that we like that might say, I'm not a rapper. I'm a street person. I'm not this, I'm not that, but I do rap music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to be identified as a rapper. Not trying to sugarcoat nothing for them, but...
See, so the difference of that is that like the people who say that, they don't have a choice, though. Like, Greedo could be like, I'm not a rapper all day, but when he makes music, it's going to get put in a rapper box. The difference with the white artist is if he says, no, I'm pop today, they're going to put him in pop. Tomorrow, if he says I'm rap tomorrow, they're going to put him in rap. He gets to decide what he is, whereas us, I can make all the nice, beautiful music in the world, and you've seen black people make straight pop music. It get put in R&B. You don't get to choose when you're black, really, what you get represented as or what charting, category you go on. You don't get to choose none of that shit.
So do we count?
You know what I mean?
Do we count Nicki with us?
We do, and if you go and you look, and you go and you look, her shit'll be under R&B and shit like that. It won't be under pop.
Would you consider her a pop star right now?
I would consider her a pop star because she's transcended everything else. But that doesn't mean that the industry and the people who are making the awards and those decisions look at her that way.
See, that's that duality card I was talking about, where they can just pull it out like a passport. It's like they got multiple passports. Okay, today I'm pop. Today I'm rock. Today I'm gangster rap. And it's accepted everywhere they go. Like Kali said, we don't have no duality cards. We're not getting respected for our artworks in their fields, quote unquote. But when they come to our field, it's all love. All I'm saying is we need, damn, this mic sound crazy. Mic check.
No, you good.
Oh, all right. All I'm saying is we need to take a stand just a little more. And as far as him not identifying as a rapper, I can't say that it's not disrespectful because he tried to double back and get rap album of the year. It's like, wait a minute, or rap hip hop hit it song of the year for the Grammy. So it's like, wait a minute, nigga, if you don't want to be categorized as a rapper, don't come over here and try to get awards that is under being a rapper.
Right.
And I believe as far as rappers saying they aren't rappers, I don't think that's a thing no more. That was more like 90s, early 2000s, where being a rapper was still looked at as corny. Everybody wanted to be a street nigga, so you would have the street niggas who really wanted to rap, like, oh, I ain't a rapper though. I just, I'm good with my words. They still wanted that persona of the street nigga because street niggas at once upon a time was looked at a higher regard than a rapper. When a rapper came around, he was the little homie. When LL came around in the 80s, he was the little homie. But it switched. The rappers went up here and the street niggas all want to be rappers now. So now everybody's saying they're fucking rappers.
So when Nip came out with rap niggas, how did we take that?
I took that as, hey, I'm a rapper, but I'm not like you industry rappers. Mm-hmm. Y'all niggas is weird. I'm nothing like these rap niggas. I'm me. I'm still real. I'm still a part of the culture. I'm from a real place. I live by a code, a moral ethics that they don't. So I'm not one of these rap niggas. That's how I took it.
Yeah, that's how I took it. That's how I took it.
All right. The next thing.
Nigga don't know how.
It ain't really nothing else. Y'all saying y'all taking it, but if he's basically saying I'm nothing like these rappers. So that means in his mind, I'm not no rapper. He's gonna state I'm a 60 Crip first. So in his mind, it's still the same thing. I'm nothing like these rap niggas. And majority of these rappers that we knew wasn't always just identifying as rappers. And majority of them, the ones that we grew up on, was more so MCs at the end of the day. So I'll just look at it in a different angle. If you're saying it all the way as a rap person, yes, we're going to identify that, but them themselves don't want to define themselves as just a rapper. We're not going to call Mark Wahlberg. We're not going to call Mark Wahlberg a rapper, even though he came out rapping first. We're going to look at him like a straight actor.
I get what you're saying. Nobody wants to be boxed in.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to be boxed in.
So it's like I'm not saying I'm not just a rapper. So that's probably without breaking it down in certain terms. But then, like you say, now for his story, it's different to say, well, I'm not a rapper, but I'm going to look for a rap award. But 9 times out of 10, a lot of these dudes don't want to be boxed in.
And that's wild that everybody forgets Mark Wahlberg used to rap.
That's all I'm saying. You're not going to call him a rapper.
Hey, my nigga Marky Mark,
do we box Will Smith as a rapper?
I think they're acting transcended.
I don't even look at him as a rapper like that.
But he just came out and dropped that joint.
He did go crazy.
He went back to the streets.
He went back to the rapper. Yeah, so I'm just saying. So it just depends. It's perception.
That's very true.
That's all it is to me.
But at the same time, they never came out and was like, I'm not a rapper.
Nah,
their acting career just transcended their rap career so much, you forgot about the rap. Damn.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying about the one person that came out and did that. Yeah, those type of people, maybe you do need to put a foot on their neck. But other than that, I understand why some people don't want to just be identified as one thing. And when they get to pop status, it's like Drake got to pop status and niggas didn't just say he was just a rapper. Now you start looking at him as a pop star only because he transcended. He came in as a rapper though. He just able to make so many hits. Everybody just don't reach that level.
I believe you got to come in the game and state that though. Like don't ride that wave until you get to a certain spot. Then it's like, oh yeah, I ain't a rapper by the way. But the whole time you've been being labeled a rapper and that was making you successful, you never tried to separate. So that's the only thing. That's the only problem I got with that. Like Greedo, he don't want to get boxed in with West Coast rapper because West Coast rap doesn't transcend the West Coast. So I get his frustration when he like, nah, don't call me a West Coast rapper. I'm an artist or whatever. He's trying to diversify. But bro, you know for a fact he was playing with the culture. He was loving it when he was being called a rapper. Then he's like, oh, I don't want to box myself in. Wait a minute, but I still want the Grammy. It was like kind of one of those read the room things. Like, nah, you just want the love, but you don't want to get boxed in with it.
Because it's being seen right now as it's dying supposedly.
Exactly.
So that's how I felt like. That's why I think he tried to take that route. But again, he capitalized.
Because even if we look at Kendrick, we could say we know he's a rapper, but he's able to transcend pop charts.
So, but pop to me is you could do this, what you doing right here, and this could become pop because it becomes popular. Like it's just something that everybody goes and gets from all walks of life at this point. So to me, that would be pop. Drake music is still making rap, but he's became a pop star because his rap is that popular to where I might listen to rock or I might listen to techno, but I still listen to Drake because it's popular. So that's more how I look at pop music and pop stars is when they're doing what they do, but it just everybody loves it. That's how I look at popular music.
Yeah, I don't see Kendrick being labeled a pop star. I think he's
known across everything.
He's known across everything.
You could probably call him a pop star right now.
I don't know because I don't look at his music as poppy, even though it's the popular thing. But you know, you hear pop, you usually bubblegum radio.
Well, I don't know.
Super popular
songs like "I Love Myself." What else? All Right, Swimming Pools. Like it becomes like popish though.
Ain't worried about us, but we gonna be all right.
That's pop. That's pop to y'all.
It's not pop, but it like
it's a rap song, but it reached the pop charts. Just the way it's not really. That's just it's more motivation to me. Like,
is it pop?
To me, yes, it got popular. If that's the case, if we identifying pop as being popular,
so we identifying pop as being popular. Come on, cuz no, nigga. When we think pop. We think Britney Spears.
Okay, so
we're thinking of shit like that.
So we shouldn't even be mad when they want to go take over and be on the pop charts. We shouldn't even have no problem with it because majority of the people in that lane are, like you say, they not black people. So black people only getting stuck in this rap thing, and that's probably the problem now by us looking at them only that way. By us looking at them only as rappers, they're not going to the level of where rappers can basically climb through.
Yeah, you know because you know back in the golden era, if you was to call a rapper a pop star, that was a problem, nigga.
Right, yeah.
You wasn't calling DMX pop. You wasn't calling Wu-Tang pop artists. Like that was disrespectful. Yeah. Basically calling you a goofy more or less.
Yeah, now it's like
even if we think of Wayne, he did everything. He done went to the rock and roll. He played a guitar. He rap. We know Wayne as a rapper, but he's
probably more
all
pop
that.
than Kendrick if you think about it.
Exactly. He's more pop.
If we're gonna go based off that.
Yeah, but are you gonna call Wayne a pop star?
I'm not. I'm gonna call him a rapper, but
but I think you could. I mean,
could you call him a pop star?
You could with certain songs. I mean,
he did a whole rock album.
I know, but if you think of all what he's known for is gonna be the mixtapes and the Carters. None of that is pop.
Right, I agree. But he can't not just be in this one box. He's able to go put up here if you want to go down his list of his categories.
I mean,
you would have to call him like a rock star.
He's an overall creative player. Like he can go in any category damn near. He did songs with everybody.
He's a superstar. Like he's something that I don't even know if I want to put him at because I don't know if he's worldwide like that.
Who, Wayne?
Is he worldwide like that? Is he worldwide like that?
He's not Snoop Dogg worldwide, but I think he's almost as worldwide as it could get.
I think Wayne is worldwide.
Oh, I don't know, because Drake might be more known than Wayne.
I think I mean, I think
It's a possibility, but it ain't. It's a possibility.
Like Snoop, would Snoop be a pop star?
Yeah, he's like.
See, what is Snoop? He doesn't really have a title anymore. He's just Snoop. That's what I mean. He like a symbol, like a prince.
I don't even know what he is.
It's just like it's Snoop. And that could be anything in the world. Like he's doing every side quest you can even imagine.
But what do you know? What do you know Snoop for?
I don't. At this point though, like
you don't know anymore.
Because he
You
stopped
know, I
rapping.
know Snoop from rapping. Knock it the fuck off.
Bro stopped rapping so long ago though. It's like
He just put out a song
he
too.
He didn't.
he just dropped some shit
He still be dropping
Dr.
shit.
Dre.
He just dropped him and Dre.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta go check that out.
It's just the fact that they transcended. Now you look at him as something else. So it's just like he never let himself get boxed. He did everything from acting to TV shows to all that stuff. So
I think he could go anywhere.
But Snoop is going to be known as a rapper, but he's going to have more than one title: entrepreneur, whatever, philanthropist, and all that other stuff. He's going to have these different titles.
Like bro ran in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Snoop done ran marathons. He doing cooking shows. He doing Telemundo. That's what I mean. There's no label. It's just whoever was introduced Snoop in whatever lane he was in, they might know him as just that.
Nobody knows Snoop is just a rapper. He been in too many movies, too much TV shows, all type of shit.
It's crazy
but that's
when you think
basically what
about
I'm getting at when I say I just don't take it all the way to the heart when people just don't identify just as a rapper. Because once you get to that point, you're stuck, really. Like, we're only bringing you for rap shit. We're never going to let you transcend.
So do you think that, and maybe sometimes this is what happens, is songs get hot, right? And then us as the people, we coin it as what it is before the person can coin what they are. And then that's why we get let down because we heard $1 Million Baby and it went crazy in the clubs and strip clubs and hookah spots. And then we already was like, this our shit. This nigga with us now. We got a hit. And then maybe he was like, you know what I mean? Well, I'm taking off. Like, I'm not about to say something right now. So could it have went that way, y'all think?
Was it like that, though? Was he really, like, fucking with the culture? It's almost like, you know, somebody on the block that's not from the hood yet, but he hanging out with y'all.
So
After a couple weeks, you like, nigga, man, my boy finna come home. He low-key like, nah, I'm cool. And now you offended. Like, hold on, nigga. You just been kicking it with us, fighting with us, fucking bitches with us. You don't want to get down?
I don't know if because I know he's been around for a while. So, because I actually read something on him. And he's been around for a while. So, I don't know if he's always been within the culture, but so I can't say that he wasn't or he don't got black friends and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know, but still I think to come in and do what he did, it was weird. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be thinking it's a lot of times just the expectations. It's like certain people can start dropping certain music. You never knew they plan. You never knew their vision. You never knew what type of person they was from the heart. Only thing you got was what you could dissect from the music. And then once they do something that you didn't agree with, you thought they would do, then that's when they get crucified. Like, for the most part, that's how I see a lot of people. They could have came in the game like, I'm finna finesse the rap game, work my way up to this pop shit, and they made their plan and it worked. And then the nigga mad that nigga didn't stay a rapper or stay wherever you wanted him to be. The same way niggas was mad. What did Snoop made? He made the gospel album or something?
Nigga made a reggae
He
album.
made every album. Every album you could make.
Niggas thought he was out of his mind, but he was jumping in different lanes. So
I think him just trying to double back for the Grammy was like, wait a minute.
that was the biggest
That
point.
was
that's what
I mean,
that's when it's like you bullshit.
Outside of him, I'm just speaking for people in general. You never know what these niggas' plans be.
See, that's different from like when Macklemore won that year, 2013 Grammy of the Year. He was like, this was supposed to go to Kendrick. It wasn't supposed to go to me.
Yeah.
He was humble. He understood that it was the industry at play. Tommy was like, nah, I'm not fucking with it. It was like he was paying no homage to what brought him to that point.
But that's why I say, too, we shouldn't be so attached to the trophies and stuff because it ain't like the fans can control that. They already have it in the back room. They know who getting them awards already.
Look, let me ask y'all this. This ain't got nothing to do with music, but I wanted to speak about something real before we got up out of here. So in our culture, we worship the ancestors, right? Shout out to the ancestors. Shout out to the ancestors. Is that a crazy thing to do? When you look at it, a lot of the ancestors are the reason we have generational curses that we can't break? Or do we give them grace and say, well, you know, maybe they didn't have the information we have now to be able to not pass those down? Because we'll be like, man, my mama taught me this, and everything you saying your mama taught you was fucked up, and the reason you fucked up. Or my daddy told me this. Well, your daddy lied. Your dad didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
But on that same, or on this other side of that coin, that, you know, everything that they taught you is why you're alive and breathing and where you are at that moment. Whereas, and that could be bad, but you still do have to look at that with some sort of gratitude for being where you are because it could be worse. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. But I think it's nuanced because you can't go through life without things happening or without you making the wrong decisions here and there. Now, choosing, you know what I mean, to do it over and over again makes you complicit in that. But I believe that our ancestors, you know, at points in time tried to do the right things, but were forcefully steered certain ways and also didn't have the knowledge to make certain decisions the first time around that would have benefited us, you know, for the long run. So I don't think we can I don't think it's wrong to praise them because they got us to where we are now, where we're living and breathing, and it might not be the best, but we are here. So I have gratitude for that. But then on the same coin, there's bad things that we've picked up within our culture that have been from the last, you know what I mean, 100 years that I would say that we shouldn't be praising some of that shit. So I think it's a nuanced conversation.
Like, should we stop always referring back to the old days and the old times and what they did? Because a lot of what they did is the reason that we're fucked up and having an uphill battle. Like, take vote blue no matter who, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our people is still that way.
Yeah.
A lot of our people just fell out over this last election over, well, wait a minute, we black, we supposed to vote Democrat. What the fuck you doing? That's the KKK and blah, like all this false history that they didn't have the information about, and they're still trying to pass it down, and we still clashing with them because of that.
What ancestors do we identify with? Because we say a lot of people only fault certain people by where they're at in life. So if you're in a fucked up position in life, 9 times out of 10, it'd be the people blaming their parents or blaming the ancestors or blaming all these other people because you didn't overcome that. I look at it to an extent like you just said, the knowledge, a lot of different things. Most people tried to do their best and some didn't. And it's like, if we say things is already written and all this stuff was meant to be where you at, it's like now you have the option to go back to what you always say, no excuses now, because you have the information, you have the things, and you have the example of what not to be, so you can learn to become better than that. So we identify only in the negatives. What about the positives they taught you? You know what I'm saying? We so big on speaking on negative shit that you never getting over the negative shit. And you're recycling the same things that you say taught you and don't want to really reprogram yourself because it's too hard now to change your mindset, or you too stuck in your ways to feel like you can't outgrow something that somebody taught you. You ain't still doing the same shit you probably was doing in 5th grade. You know what I mean? You learn to outgrow that. You probably ain't listening to the same mathematical test that you outgrew that they taught you. So when it comes to human nature, I think we get stuck on, I think some people get addicted to that, of using that as an excuse to why you in a fucked up position, or using that as an excuse to not try to do better. So you damn near the same as your ancestor in a way, because you ain't trying to do no better. I just think it ain't no blueprint. Like, people could be mad about how your kids turn out, about how people parent, but there is no real blueprint. And I try not to be so much if you're not willing to help somebody. You can go crucify somebody, but don't crucify them if you're not willing to help pick them up. People will crucify, oh, you this and that. You never know what that motherfucker done been through or what going on psychologically in their brains. But I just think our culture is big on that. And if that's not the case, then we need to be rewriting the rules. Who's doing that now?
If you take out, you know, the oppression that we had, right? Because you look at places like ancient Rome, they went very detailed off of what their ancestors did. That kind of was what they felt they were going to do. So they were very into their ancestors and what they did. And I feel like it all depends on who your ancestors are. Where, say, we don't have certain pitfalls already set up for us, we would be praising and looking to things that, you know, maybe would put us in a way different situation. You know what I mean? Look at white people. You think they're not looking at their ancestors, you get what I'm saying, and saying, okay, this is where we got, they helped us build America, XYZ. Other people are looking at their ancestors as inspiration to, you know what I mean, take them to the next level. It's just with us, we went under a certain attack where it's like, we can look at them and see all these bad things, but then unfortunately, there's a lot of other things that kept us back that we look at, and it's a part of us, whether we like it or not. And I don't think that's, you know, kind of what this conversation bubbles down to, is you have to be okay with that, taking it with us. It is with us, whether we like it or not, the good and the bad.
Because it's like, even if we think about, always like, because I like the VwP, I like the Malcolm X and the things they talked about. Because you hear Malcolm X talk about being sober, don't let them get control of your mind. You know what I mean? Them is things that's still going on today. They take control of our mind in a lot of different ways. And if we think about the Black Panthers, it's like, okay, how much good did they do? Because they was, for these women that we say out here is single mamas, they had daycares and stuff for people to take care of them. They built the women up strong, you know what I'm saying? Kept people's minds in certain places, helped protect the community, helped be with each other. It's like we could have identified and kept a lot of those things within us and then it's like, okay, but this is where they went wrong. We can't move like this, and learn from their mistakes and progress the race. But we choose to, well, that shit didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Don't take none of the good qualities and start over. Basically, everybody just doing their own fucking shit. So it's like you running around here wild, low key.
I believe it's a combination of both. You take the good, and like you say, sometimes you got to build your own blueprint as well, because a lot of the blueprint they had was for that time period.
Right.
We're in 2024, so we still trying to apply things that we was talking about in 1954. Like,
work.
wait a minute, that's just not gonna work. They had a whole different way of life, which is why they came up with that. But I believe our culture still tries to do that to the T. Like, nah, them the ancestors, they couldn't do no wrong. They can't be wrong. This shit gotta work. And we trying to apply that today, and we steady failing instead of saying, all right, wait a minute. Let's really look at this. That was cool, but it's 2024. We might gotta take this road now.
No, I agree.
I believe like our culture doesn't want to do that.
I think we use our ancestors as a crutch to not move on or to not, put ourselves out there to think of these new ideas to take us to the next level. I can definitely see that. And I think it does hinder us because we're stuck in the past with certain things and certain ways that we go about economics, politics, just even parenting, shit like that just doesn't help us overall. But we are very stuck in our ways on that. And I think it comes from fear of not knowing what to do next, or again, that ego of not wanting to say, hey, let's look to this generation and let them lead and kind of show us the new things of how we're going to, be as a culture. A lot of the younger or older people don't want to look to the younger people as the way, even though the youth, and maybe not super young, but the youthful people and young adults out there are the ones that's going to take the culture to the next level anyway.
I also think when we do start to see some of our people progress, we don't highlight it enough. Because what's that I think I just seen? Was that Killer Mike and them? Was I just talking about that built the Black Bank? Did y'all see that? I think they built one in Atlanta or something like that. Let me look it up, not to be lying. But they basically built the Black Bank and got stuff going like that, but you don't hear that being talked about. Nobody's probably, I don't know how many people are supporting that. We don't hear that on big on platforms. We don't hear nothing like that. So when we got our people doing things to move the culture forward and keep it within us how people say it should have been, we don't highlight that enough. But we quick to highlight some shit he did he down for, or you know what I'm saying, people going through the worst. So I think those are the things. We don't highlight none of the good stuff that people out here be doing.
I believe this is one thing that we need to highlight in the Black culture is, hey, we're the adults now. Like, we are the adults. So I believe our people, we still look for the ancestors or the elders to fix the problems that we're in charge of fixing now. A lot of us still have this youthful mind. Not that it's bad to have a youthful mind, but we still view ourselves as kids. I believe like our generation is maybe one of the first that never really grew up totally. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying?
But when you look at it, bro, like, and this is funny you say this because I kind of seen this during Thanksgiving of like, what you see though is that like y'all parents, I feel like they had it rough, and so they gave it a little bit. I don't know. It's almost like not that y'all don't. They just see y'all as they're softer. They see y'all as the baby still. Like, you're still their kid. You're still their child. So I feel like when maybe generations before is like, you 18, you got to get out on your own. Not saying that hasn't continued, but like I know my aunties and they mom, like their mom treats them a little bit softer than her mom treated her. Like, it's more like, this is my sister almost, or like, this is my friend.
Yeah.
It's not as like parent kid or parent child as it was.
Like Thanksgiving made me think about
Yeah.
that because I seen the tweet of somebody saying everybody was complaining that nobody cooked. It's like, bro, you do know we're the adults that's supposed to cook now.
Yeah.
It's on us to get the family together now. And it was funny they said that because when I got off the flight, the day before the night of Thanksgiving, I got off the flight. Everybody was out eating. Like, nobody really cooked. Like,
fuck
every
that,
restaurant was packed. And I'm like, damn. Nobody used to be in a restaurant when we was kids. Everybody was
empty.
at granny house, auntie house, somebody house cooking. Now nobody's cooking. And I look on Twitter, look on Instagram, everybody's like, fuck, man, family ain't what it used to be. Nobody got together. I'm looking like, nigga, you 37. You supposed to be getting the family together.
But grandma's still around, still doing it for him. You know? That's how it goes.
But that's true too. But these grannies be 40 now.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Granny on the gram taking selfies
But
and
these
shit.
babies started having babies. Now let me correct what I was saying. They said Greenwood is a banking services provided by Coastal Community Bank. And basically it says, no secret the current financial system has failed at keeping With Black and Latino community, we suffer from a lack of wealth, money circulation in the Black community, and generational transfer. That's why we created a new Black-owned institution, a mobile platform inspired by the early 1900s, Greenwood District, where recirculation of Black wealth occurred all day, every day, and where Black businesses thrive. Today's Greenwood is a Black-owned system developed by us, for us. So shout out to them for that. You know what I'm saying?
It's Killer Mike and somebody else, huh?
Nah, it's like 3 people. So that's a mayor, I think Atlanta mayor and U.S. congressman, an activist, Andrew Young, Killer Mike, and another dude, Ryan Glover.
Oh, shout out to all of them, man. Y'all go support that Black banking for sure. But that's a message I just wanted to get out to our people before we got up out of here. Because for some reason, the millennials, we're that generation where it's still like we're adults, but we still view everything as kids in a way. That's how I really feel. I really be feeling like we still feel like we in high school almost.
It's crazy because like I even be at work and I'm talking to niggas. I'm thinking we the same age, and it's like niggas are older than me. Not that the mindsets are it's just even niggas look younger. I don't know. Like it just,
oh God,
just,
I was thinking that because you see the old pictures of your dad or your granddad. This nigga had a house, full family, then served a couple years in the fucking Marines. You're like, damn, how old was you right 25? There? Nigga, like, nigga, I was 23.
23.
What the fuck, nigga?
Exactly.
Like, this nigga look old as hell.
That's why when we talk about the people back in the day, we always said that, like, because when I think about Tookie and them at 15, 16, 17, them niggas was huge. And now I start to see the middle schoolers be this big. I said, I know I was short, so damn, how small was I looking? Or was we looking this small when we was in high school? Like that shit.
Nah, y'all look, cause shit, I still remember seeing seniors that was kind of tall, but by the time we got to us, we was my height. I ain't tall like that. So.
We really got to do some research on what's going on with the aging process.
This is food though.
It got to be with the food. It got to be with the GMOs. It got to be with the lack of testosterone. I just sent y'all the links of how from 2000 to now testosterone in men dropped 30%.
Yeah, that was crazy work.
Yeah. So. That has a lot to do with the way we operate now. Everybody, I mean, shit. Well, I don't know, because they say Gen Z is aging like faster for some reason. It skipped us and then it went to the Gen Z.
But you know what's crazy? Because I think it's the food too, but I think it's the lack of the working out. Because even when we think about them back then, they did a lot of working out. You know, that produces your natural testosterone. It produces a lot of different things. And even when you working out, that actually clears and works out your mind also. And I think a lot of the generation now is so stuck on the gadgets, they ain't doing nothing. Like, we was doing natural working out, playing outside, playing sports, doing a lot of different shit. And you develop as you get older into the gym and stuff like that. Even in high school, I be looking at these kids like, damn, y'all ain't fucking with no weights. Niggas out here whooped out.
We tried to go to the gym, even if we didn't know what we was doing. We tried to go to the gym in high school type shit. But it's a mix of everything. It's the food, right? Then it's the screen time. And then, the screen and those lights make you feel a certain way and take away your drive for things. It's the puff bar, right, under the pillow. It's all those different things.
You know what's crazy? What they say, too, is the phones being in your pockets next to your testicles.
To your nuts.
Yeah. I just heard. I seen that.
But they been doing research on that because they'll tell you not to keep, like even tell you now, don't have the phone next to your ear so long.
That's why I stopped using AirPods.
Don't even sleep next to your phone. They tell you.
I only use the cord
they tell you to leave your phone way somewhere else when you sleep. Like that electro, whatever wire, magnetic stuff going on, destroying your shit.
Walking around nuking your nuts all day, nuking your manhood.
Your kids.
That's what they saying, but
I don't know, man.
Nah, because even working out itself, I remember you do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 pull-ups, you was ripped. Yeah. Now, this nigga's working out for 6-7 months, and you not seeing no result.
They just doing blunt.
It gotta be something.
There's no way. I don't care. Hey, come fuck with my plan. Give me 60 days. I'll have you right on the cold workout. I know them niggas been there. I'll be like, cuz, you done came to the gym for a year.
Oh, God, they look the same.
Not one change. You act like you sweating bullets in here. That's them fake workouts, cuz I don't give a fuck with nobody.
Niggas not eating. Them niggas be...
You do the right push-ups. You do the right shit. It's going to have to show some results. It's impossible. That's like water. That's like planting a seed and watering a tree every day and it don't grow. No, there's no way.
It has to be chemically or like I know you know what I mean.
I do.
Nigga put a before and after. You like what the fuck, bro?
I know certain niggas, but you gotta think about a lot of people go to the gym and they get off and they eat crazy, eat the ice cream, they eat everything. They not sleeping well. They not taking protein. They're not really eating any veggies. They're just going to the gym, but then they kill it Friday through Sunday when they hit brunch every day. And drink hella alcohol and do whatever they do. They're not really taking it serious.
Do 100 push-ups a day for 2 weeks. Something is going to cut or do something. Something is going to change.
I think for us, But for a lot of other cultures, maybe not, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. And then back then, niggas was eat what? Just there wasn't a lot of different snacks to eat. Where now, like I said, people
still loads of snacks.
People eating protein chips. People eating protein chips, and it's not like
I got a theory with all this protein shit,
it's
bro.
not good for you.
I believe all these protein products are depleting our protein. Because I'm thinking
It's not
they
natural.
wasn't drinking protein powders in the 70s. And these niggas was humongous. They wasn't drinking protein powders like that in the 80s. These niggas was humongous. They was drinking raw eggs. Nigga wake up, down 12 raw eggs.
Yeah, raw.
And you go to prison, ain't no protein powders.
Raw eggs
people
and
be
roids.
Noodles and honey buns,
They
nigga.
are raw eggs and roids.
Yeah. It's for sure. It's for sure. The protein bars, all of that shit is fake. It's fake as fuck. You shouldn't even really be eating it.
Because it's not regulated either. Like, I'll be looking at that, like the pre-workouts and shit, even though I drink them. This shit's not regulated. So we really don't know what they put in there.
Cub be fucking that pre-workout shit.
I'm cool off all that. Yeah, I'm like,
because I still be eating oatmeal and peanut butter. I'm like, nigga, you in jail too fucking long,
that's
dumbass
cool.
nigga.
That's
I was
cool.
like, nah, but that shit worked for me. Like he said, when I was in prison, that's all I ate. I had fucking peanut butter, oatmeal, and shit like that. Like, it's
You're not in jail anymore, Rodney.
I don't give a damn. That
No
shit-
more locked doors, nigga.
Hey,
You
if it-
free now,
if it
nigga.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
We ain't got to eat spreads no more, nigga. We can go get real good steaks and
I
shit
don't
like
need
that.
the spreads. I'm eating good though, but I'm still gonna stick to my oatmeal and shit. I'm gonna tell y'all that's the recipe. Get you your oatmeal, get the oats, get the bananas, put all that in there, nigga. You gonna be straight.
Nah, I still do that, but we definitely gonna research that. There's something
we gotta
going
look into that.
on with the testosterone levels, and there's something going on with the food because even myself, I'm finding myself having to do different type of things to keep my shape up when I was in my early 20s. And it's like, wait a minute. I just look at a way that the nigga was, you feel me? Even the strength levels is feeling different. I know it changed when you age, but not that rapidly.
I feel
Something
like
else
you lose
going
it quicker.
on.
Like if you don't stay with 2 plates or up, and you try to take 3 weeks off of that or something, or just trying to go light, it do change up. Like you got to stay real consistent nowadays. Like you said before, in 3 to 5 days, I could do some push-ups and I'll be back. Like
Nah, for a fact. Even the healing process, nigga feeling fucked up way longer now. Like nigga walking around hurt damn near 24/7.
that's
Nigga back hurting right now.
Cuz
Like,
going 2 nuts in the gym. Cuz I deadlift 5 plates and shit. That's what's wrong with this nigga.
like I remember I used to be like, damn, I never get sore. Now it's like, nigga, it's always hurt. Nigga getting up, making old man noises and shit.
that'd be
This shit
wild.
hitting different, cuz something going on with this food, deteriorating the
Like, no
nigga.
matter how hard a nigga try to stay nigga on the right way, they still fucking you up. Yeah,
That's
it is
crazy,
something.
huh?
For sure it's the food. For sure it's pieces of that food. Because I feel like you said, niggas is too small. Testosterone is crazy. I used to better just get up and just go. Now you trying to work you got to rev up like a damn engine.
Nigga never thought about pre-workout or coffee or nothing.
never. I ain't
Nigga,
think about nothing.
and I was off 2-3 hours of sleep
Nigga
all
just
night.
wake up. You just go to the gym. Let's go.
Nah,
you
oh
in
God.
there. Yeah, now it's like.
That's why I hope your boy come through with his promise, because I heard he's about to start banning all them chemicals and all that. So
Robert F. Kennedy.
exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can get that shit pushed through to where we could be like these other countries where everything got to be fresh, everything is regulated, none of these illegal chemicals, and they putting pesticide in the cereal and glass
do that, 'cause
cleaner.
Because even our natural shit,
You know
the
what I'm
fruits and
saying?
shit that they destroying that shit.
Yeah, they are because they a long time ago, not a long time ago, 1997. That's when they started trying to have that artificial shortage of it's not enough space and not a farming power to make enough fruits and vegetables and all these things to provide to us. So we can genetically modify it, and that way we'll technically never run out. So that's what they started to work that shit into
It's
our
like
systems.
what they doing, they filling you up, but it ain't producing what it's supposed to do to your body.
Exactly.
So yeah, you can get eat it and get full and think it's doing something the whole time. That shit ain't doing shit for you.
It's not real. That's the thing,
Exactly.
you know. A lot of vegetables we eat are not real. Cauliflower ain't real. It's good.
Broccoli.
I eat it. Broccoli ain't real. That shit ain't real.
I'm hearing carrots ain't real. Like,
Yeah, I'm
niggas
like-
is saying all type of shit. Like carrots actually fucking your vision up this whole time.
I'm like, man, what the fuck? Some shit I'm just gonna keep doing. I don't give a fuck.
Like
I'm
anything
like,
they ever told you is doing the opposite.
I had to stop because it started driving me crazy. And I see
Everything,
something else
yeah.
like, nigga, I can't eat what now? Like, nah, man. I don't give a fuck.
Because you know your boy said you ain't supposed to eat them oats.
Yeah, nah, I know. Yeah.
That's why I stopped eating them because I seen that.
I
I'm
said,
like,
fuck that.
man,
I don't give a fuck what you said about
Exactly.
that. I ain't going without.
got
Try
me
to
through
tell
this
you
long. Yeah.
brown rice is bad, like
All
wheat
type
is
of
bad.
shit.
Like damn, nigga can't eat nothing. So it's like fuck it, you got to just block it out and it don't exist and try
fact.
to the best of
You
your
got
abilities.
to figure it out for yourself. Is it working for you or is it not? Because a
I
lot
think
of
that's a big part of it is the mindset though. A lot of it's placebo effect. You know, if we really
Right.
if we really
Facts.
break it down, a lot of niggas, if you if you think it's gonna come true.
Nah, exactly. Because even if you think some good shit is bad for you, eventually your body's gonna react as if it's bad for you. Yeah, now that's 100% true.
So shout out everybody in the viral gang. It's the Dry Monday. We made it through anyway. Y'all stay tuned. We got more content coming for you soon. We got some collabs coming soon. And still shout out everybody out here that's doing their thing. We still are open for collabs. So tap in if you see this. You feel me? If you fuck with the platform, tap in. It don't matter where you at. We'll get to you. We'll make it happen. Anywhere in the United States, out the United States, tap in. We appreciate all the support, all the love. Y'all got any final words?
Nah, just on top of that, fuck with us, man. We out here, man. We collabing, we doing everything. We got some more viral shit coming soon, so stay tuned.
Shout out MacWop. Shout out Trap LA. You know, shout out everybody who be supporting out there. Shout out Yazzers. Shout out everybody, man. We out of here.
Kali?
Me, no, I never got nothing to say.
Hey, that cut ain't never.
I see him just looking at the camera.
Hey, bot it out.
Yeah. Oh, nah. Hey, y'all seen that one thing? I don't know if I brought that up. I was had me laughing. I think I brought it up last time with the nigga. What's the nigga name? The battle rap nigga with the children's face. The Daylight. You seen that video where he had the NPC thing? Did I bring that up to y'all last time?
No. See, he was in the park.
Yeah, that shit was comedy. But I was going back to what we were talking about with the bot shit. That shit was funny. I seen one the other day. But shout out to y'all, man. Far away. We up out of here, man. Another one.
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.